Oh, oh, hey guys, we're here. It's baseball. I'm almost well, I'm not almost late. I am late. The universe has conspired against baseball. God hates Mario Super Sluggers, but we spit in his face. I'm Christian, owner of the Luigi Knights, your commissioner here at NSLB, and I'm here with Iris, my co-com, and designated driver. How you doing, Iris?
I'm doing great. Venezuela won the World Baseball Classic last night. America lost. We're so back. We're so up. And today, we're going to be so back in Mario Baseball.
Well, let's hope
God
so
willing.
as we get into the standings here, because for the first time in quite a while, the second seed is not a guarantee. Now, the Knights are set, obviously, but everything else is kind of in the air right now, as the Fireballs have the run differential to stand above at the rest. But at 7-5-1, they are only half a game ahead of the 7-6 rookies, who are only a game ahead of the 7-7 muscles. Those are our top four right now. Those are the teams that'll make it to playoffs if this were the last week, but it's not, and things still have some room to move. Behind them are peak mid, the 5-6-2 Flowers. The Monsters on the outside at 6-8. I believe they have already had their bye, so they do have three games, including tonight, to get on the right side of 500. The Bows at 5-7-1 and the Wilds at 5-8 are long shots, but they are not technically out of this, unlike the Peach Monarchs, who at 4-10 cannot unfortunately get into that top four, but they can still ruin some other people's dreams. So don't count them out of everything yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, these standings are a little close for comfort, admittedly.
Yeah, Fireballs have been on a bit of a skid lately, but I expect that to change relatively soon. Ideally tonight, because I'd sooner see them in second than the rookies, I admit. But that's a whole nother story, because for now we're gonna be going to Bowser Castle for game one, where the Bows will be facing off against the Monsters. Berto Bose will be bringing Wiggler back to the mound for the first time in a little while. He'll be your starting pitcher and your leadoff hitter. Red Pianta behind him. These two both extremely reliable batters. Shortstop Berto in third, left fielder Right Shy Guy in fourth, center fielder Cowboy Zach, owner of the Bows, right fielder Red Noki. Catcher Green Noki does not get the star this week, although she often does. Instead, that's going to go to first baseman Teal Yoshi, who is batting just behind second baseman Captain Yoshi. The Bows were in the top four for a little while there, but have since fallen off after a few unlucky losses. Like I said at the top, they are not officially out of things yet, but they've got a big hill to climb, and the Monsters have had some statement wins lately and don't plan to make it easy.
Yeah, I wanted to believe that the Birdo Bows could be a bit of a 2001 athletics situation. Unfortunately, they have to go up against such tour de forces as the Bowser Monsters. We got Green Koopa leading off at center field, Zach in left field, Green Drybones at center, Bowser is pitching, Red Paratroopa over in right field, Boo receiving that start, gonna be over at third base, Green Madge at short, Drybones at first base, and Blue Noki rounding out the lineup behind the dish. This is a team that really, showed us last week what they're capable of. When this team is on, they are on.
They really can snowball, as some offenses in this league can, and owner of the Bowser Monsters East, Zach, is looking for some good news these days after a flooded apartment fiasco has only been dragging on for him. So we may not see him tonight, but I did get the
And
lineup, so we're going to run it and just see what happens. We're already behind, so should I get into it?
yes, please. If you could also share your screen, that would be appreciated.
That is part of this whole ordeal, isn't it? It's all very sensitive. That thing, that thing, that thing. Oh, and look at that. Didn't even break on me. Hail Azure Yoshi. says Cowboy Zach. You know, that's a new one. That's a new one. I'll allow it.
Isn't that Battleship Gotcha game?
I don't know, but Bowser is not going to allow that first hit from Wiggler. Normally, very reliable. Why charge on Wiggler? I don't know. Why contact on Pianta? The AI in this game is... I have notes.
Bad.
I've set it as high as it'll go, but I have notes.
Let's see the home run, Birdo. Holy! The
That's a
Koopas
long...
should get there in time, though. Robbing the home run. Only a very long out.
Birdo has a few career home runs. This is not an easy stadium to do it in, and Paratroopa's not an easy fielder to do it on. She's not going to manage yet, but, you know, the night is young. Perhaps she's got a chance yet. One player I'm not expecting to see a home run out of is Red Shy Guy. But a single will keep the inning going on 2 outs. Runners on first and second now.
Yeah, Cowboy Zach started the season ice cold. Heated up for a little bit there. Feels like he's cooled off a little bit lately, but he seems intent to make a statement here as the fireball is going to score at least one. Shy Guy's going for it. He really shouldn't. He'll make it back to base because the catchers suck.
Blue Noki's ball dash means if he was a little closer to home when he started the turnaround, that would have been another out, but unfortunately she does still have the same terrible AI, even if she is faster.
All she had to do was immediately throw to third. That's all she had to do.
And all Red Noki had to do was get on first, but even with her speed and even with Green Magikoopa's delay on that super dive, it's not going to happen. One, all the bow's going to put up to start. But we've seen a lot of games go scoreless for a while, so to have one in the first, you're not unhappy.
Green Koopa involved in that home run robbery in the top of the first. Can't really produce anything with the bat this time around.
No, the Koopas generally are not drafted as offensive players, right? You like them as chem links, but that's all you like them as. Greenbone's very reliable, though, and that brings up Bowser, who's had some good days recently. Also, welcome, Kevin. New chatter, I think, or old chatter under a new account. Good to see you. You're here just in time to watch Game 1. Here just in time to watch Bowser line out to second, too. Rough for him.
Yeah, you hate to see the low traj there. You know, he felt like he got every piece of it just on the wrong part of the bat.
Still plenty of chances left, and of course he's still pretty impressive on the mound. Nerfed slightly by the no overcharge Gecko code, but make no mistake, he can still pitch. Reinoki not able to make good contact on that. Slow roller up the middle is enough to get Captain Yoshi on base, and a starred Teal Yoshi behind him. Bowser doesn't want to find out what that star is capable of. Gonna use a free strike right out the gate. Not gonna use 1 for 2. Doesn't need to. That's a classic double play.
Yeah, real shame. Even just an out there would have brought Wiggler up to the plate. You're expecting a single from Wiggler basically every time. Sometimes a double.
Yeah, I mean, despite that out on his first at-bat, as Cowboy Zach makes an error that doesn't really change anything for Red Paratroopa's single, Wiggler is still batting something like 2 for 3. If he were playing in the MLB, he'd be getting tested constantly, and if he was passing them, he'd be a Hall of Famer for sure. Not a Hall of Famer, Boo, is actually going to get a single here. Boo has kind of struggled on the Monsters team. He's really a legendary pitcher in PvP, but in CPU, he just seems to struggle a little bit. The star does help.
Yeah, CPU just can't make full use of his curve stat, which is just nutty.
CPU is going to make use of Green Magikoopa's batting here. You know, Green Magikoopa actually has been doing pretty well the last few weeks. He started off the season pretty cold. I still can't believe I drafted him, and I suspect that Isak is not going to want to trade with me anymore after giving Brown Critter up for this guy. But, despite the fact that he's not an amazing pitcher, he's actually been batting pretty well and does fine at short. And while I'm talking, it's bases loaded, 1 out for Blue Noki, who is going to ruin all of that momentum with a double play line out to short. Blue Noki's had her moments. This ain't one of them.
Yeah, you really want to believe that the Nokis could find it, but God, they're just so bad.
They are pretty
It's a shame because they're really solid in superstars. Like, you know, they're not first picks or anything, but they are perfectly serviceable position players.
Yeah, I saw some fire coming out of the Bowser statue in center there, but unfortunately, Red Pianta, who I imagine is also quite good in Superstars, not able to make use of it, just doesn't hit the ball deep enough. Birdo is going to hit the ball deep enough, but unfortunately that fire is gone.
So when there's like smoke coming out of the Bowser statue, does that mean that they've selected a new King Koopa?
Only if it's white. Excellent double play, by the way, all the way from center field. Even Wiggler can't get back to first on that.
Yeah, for real. Would have liked to see Wiggler hold up a little bit more, but as established, it's Mario Super Slugger's AI.
E-Pro Baseball, or whatever it is you kids have been playing lately, this is not.
I really hope they release E-Baseball Power Pros. As fun as the new one is.
And I'm sorry, I didn't announce it there, folks. I was kind of stunned, speechless for a minute. Green Koopa went out looking on a strikeout. That's a rarity in this league. I think we've probably seen 3 or 4 strikeouts looking in this whole league, 16 weeks.
More than that. I think last week we saw 2 or 3 alone.
I mean, not on star pitches and not swinging. You mean looking?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I haven't been rewatching them as much since work has picked up, so maybe my memory is shot. Still, it's not something you're proud of because it is a lot less common in this league. Not
something
uncommon
to
in
be
this
proud
league.
of, though, for Bowser is that home run. Zach's running, but he can't get there in time. It's not going to be a home run, just a long double off the wall. Bowser's Stadium working against him here.
Yeah, that must have been close. The boo item's going to prevent us from knowing for sure.
I kind of can't believe it. That was insane. That didn't go out.
Yeah, that lava pool was excellently placed to keep Cowboy Zach from getting there in time as well. Still,
and with that, the game's all tied up.
Yeah, it does tie it up. You're not mad. And
you're a little mad about that line drive caught by Birdo, though.
I don't know. Honestly, that's pretty par for the course when you're talking Red Paratroopa. You're certainly not happy, but it's kind of the expected result.
Also within expected results is a liner to the shortstop from Madge there.
Cowboy Zach big swing and a miss on the off-speed for strike 1. I generally like seeing charge out of Mies. They have kind of low trajectory. They're not good contact hitters. Case in point here. Error item does not get in the way as Green Koopa steps up from center field to grab that very short fly ball. Now there's that fire in the Bowser statue's mouth again, but we're talking Nokis here, folks. They're not getting it into deep center field. Just like that, this game is half over, tied at 1-1. Monsters bringing up Boo, Green Magic Koopa, and regular Dry Bones.
Pretty nice part of the lineup here. Like, it's obviously no Bowser, but these guys can hit singles, as Boo demonstrates. You hit singles, you move the lineup along, you score runs. That's what Mario Baseball is all about. A lot more of the small ball.
Yeah, we've got some...
just hoping that you don't hit into double plays. Like that.
Like that. A lot of successful small ball teams in this league, really. Yes, you can see it behind Wiggler is that fire there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's the ever-reliable singles hitter Dry Bones. Unfortunately, behind him, the less reliable hitter in Blue Noki. I'm a Blue Noki believer, but probably shouldn't be. Birdo's been getting a real workout at short today. And a dive from Boo at third makes sure that Green Noki's grounder is not productive. Brings up Captain Yoshi, Teal Yoshi. Wiggler behind them on one out. Nobody on base. This is going to be a good one, though. This might be a double for Captain Yoshi. Maybe even a triple thanks to the lava in center left. No, not quite. I always want the base runners to be more aggressive in this game.
It would be nice.
I mean, honestly, I admit, as a quick line-out double play from Teal Yoshi shuts this one down, I admit that if I were a first or third base coach in this league, I would probably be a little reckless in my base running decisions, but I would much rather you get out trying.
Yeah, you gotta be aggressive. You gotta be clap, aggressive.
When double plays are so common in this league, you really can't afford to be hanging out on first, or even second, as Captain Yoshi showed us there. That one up the middle from East Tech is good enough. What were you going to say?
Yeah, it is just a little unfortunate that being on second really doesn't mean nearly as much in this game.
No, and that line out from Green Drybone's not going to mean much either. Kind of surprised to see them go charge twice in a row. Maybe the chemistry from Zach on base has something to do with it. Bowser's got the Bowser statue ready to help him out if he hits this one deep to center. And he will, but not deep enough. Bowser's struggling to produce tonight in a huge moment for the Monsters. The playoffs are not out of question for them, but they really need to win out.
Yeah, have the Birdo Bows been mathematically eliminated?
Yeah, I'm not great at this. I don't think so, in the sense that if they get to 8, 7, and 1, and all 3 of the 7-win teams, like, consistently start losing, it's possible, but it's tough.
Yeah, so they might not be mathematically eliminated, but they definitely do not control their own destiny.
No, and the Monsters at 6 and 8 really aren't in much better of a position. Certainly not, as the Bows now have runners on the corners with nobody out. Birdo's very nearly gone yard already tonight. A home run here would pretty much put this game out of reach, the pace it's been going. Would love to see some stars from Bowser. Is going to use one for strike 2. Now, is he smart enough to use another for strike 3? He's got plenty in the tank. Of course he's not. That said, Green Magic Koopa Super Dive and an extremely slow base runner in Red Pianta makes for a good double play here. You've still got Wiggler on third on 2 outs, but no room for a sack hit with Red Shy Guy up. And
Oh my goodness.
Blue misses that at third.
Perfectly lined.
Oh.
Right up the third base line.
Yeah, it's a hot grounder, and Boo dives for it just a minute too late. Bowser getting a little angry, going to start using those strikes that he probably should have been using earlier, excuse me. And Green Drybones can't get to that one. Boo chemistry item, going to let it into the outfield. Green Koopa can only stand and watch.
Shy Guy's going for home, and he absolutely should be. He's going to beat the throw easily. Suddenly, we see the first crooked number of this game. The Birdo Bows have put up 2 this inning, making the score 3-1.
Yeah, I've made no, what am I going to say here? No effort to hide that I do not like Green Drybones at second for the Monsters, and he really kind of showed us why. That ball, I mean, sure, a good second baseman could miss that drive, but he didn't even look like he was trying for it. And now the Monsters are down 2 in the bottom of the 6th in a rather low-scoring game. They're going to have to show us what they're made of here. Red Paratroopa's
They're made of
be
at
2 for
least
3 today.
A single hit from Paratroopa. With Boo up at the plate, Boo's capable, not necessarily, he's not going to hit home runs. He's capable of advancing that runner to third on the right hit, though.
He has
that
hit
is
home
not
runs.
the right hit. Instead, it's going to be a double play.
Yeah, I think Boo might have... He may only have 1 career home run. I can think of 1 off the top of my head. He may have 2. Green Magic Koopa has 1, but that's just a line out to short. More in line of what you expect.
Mm-hmm. Now the Birdo Bows here have one last opportunity to try and put this game to bed, take it out of a save situation. These Bowser Monsters, they are a team that can absolutely score 2 runs, so you're certainly not feeling safe just yet. Yeah, Bowser's got lots of stars in the tank, and he intends to use some number of them at least, as he induces a grounder there from Green Noki.
Getting tired now in the top of the 7th. You've got 2 Yoshis and 2 outs to go. You're really hoping to get both of these batters away so you don't have to get back to Wiggler and Red Pianta. That's 1. Can starred Teal Yoshi bring the better batters up?
Absolutely not.
Man,
that was close though. If we had buffed speed by 10 points, that's one of those hits that becomes a difference maker.
I don't actually know if we could. I honestly think with the star, Teal Yoshi is as fast as any player can be. I think he's already a 9 out of 10, and he's been brought up to a 10, so we may have to honestly figure out whether or not we can program in a dash. Blue Noki's had her moments.
Obviously, CPU jank is part of the appeal, and for season 2, we don't want to take away too much of that. But it does feel like programming in the ability for the CPU players to dash would make it feel a little bit more close to how the game was clearly intended to be played and balanced around.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be completely opposed to a human league were it not for the fact that we just can't have all of us here Wednesday nights all the time, getting that many people's schedules to align that consistently, forget it, Speaking of...
Yeah, absolutely.
I see...
a golden steal opportunity. It's a suicide squeeze. The POW block is affecting everyone, so instead, it's just going to be a game-ending double play.
Incredibly clownish behavior here from the Monsters. I expected better.
I think a suicide squeeze is a fun thing to do in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out if you are down by 1 run. But being down by 2 runs, that's stupid. What the hell?
The POW ball has the capability to really do some damage in that position. We've seen it before, but East Zach, owner of the Monsters, just did not get that ball far enough up the first base line for the POW ball not to also affect the runner home.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's going to be it. The Bows move just a little closer to a potential wild card spot. But they're going to have to contend with a few other teams, one of which is the Daisy Flowers, who are against the league leading Knights tonight. The Luigi Knights going to the Cruiser are, as they always are, Blue Toad catching, Starred Brown Critter on second, right fielder Green Toad, center fielder Autumn, left fielder Green Shy Guy. Behind them, you've got shortstop Petey Piranha. He and Brown Critter have been hitting the batting cages. They are excited to play at the Cruiser here. First baseman Luigi, third baseman Blue Shy Guy. I'll be your starting pitcher tonight. I'm not as good as Luigi, but hey, the guy's got to rest his arm once in a while, and I'm willing to step up to the plate if I need to. Or in this case, the mound. Not much to say about the Knights that hasn't already been said. They are 12-1 for a reason. I think the Cruiser is going to be an excellent stadium for Brown Critter and Petey to really show what they're made of, which the Mansion normally doesn't allow them to do. But mathematically, we can't drop the first seed at this point. So while I'm not encouraging my team to throw for content, they might anyway. And I'm okay with that right now.
Yeah, the Knights at this point, they get to play not Kingmaker, but Prince Speaker, whatever you want to call it. They have some amount of influence over those other three playoff spots. Maybe it could even behoove them to drop games to teams that they think would be easier to defeat in the playoffs. Who knows? What we do know, though, is that right here, right now, they're playing against a Daisy Flowers that is comprised of Monty Mole at catcher, leading off as he always does, Daisy at first base, Yellow Toad left field, Rianne in center field, Blue Critter receiving the star over at third base, Yellow Yoshi in right field, Yellow Madge in shortstop, Green Paratroopa at second, Blooper pitching. This team's been hot lately. I think it's luck.
I mean, the Flowers have been constantly fighting for that perfect 500 peak mid, right? And after losing 2 games, they've got to win 2 now to get there.
You know, the colors match up too perfectly. It's the San Francisco Giants.
Well, if they want to stay at peak mid, they're going to have to win a tough one against the Knights tonight, but they have won against tough teams before. Should we see if they can do it here?
I think we should. Let's go Flowers.
Let's keep things moving here, folks.
You know, if the Flowers won again tonight, I would feel less bad about my loss.
They tied you first go round. They may tie us tonight. We'll find out. Flowers the only team in this league with 2 ties, both of them at the Cruiser. Rhiannon Owner actually in chat tonight. Hello.
Thing.
I
told you, I was rooting for this team to hit 500 and then tie the rest of their games. That hasn't quite happened, but as you love to say, they are the most unpredictable team in the league.
We're going to hold on a minute here, because I actually forgot to put blooper. Boy howdy. Alright, hold on a minute, folks. Let me swap back over here, because I had to make some horrible save state screw-ups because Dolphin decided to update yesterday when I was making these, because Dolphin hates me. So let me just double-check that the save state for this is right, because it actually looks like it might not be. Monty Daisy... Okay, batting order is right. It was just the fielding I had screwed up. That said, gotta make sure we've got that right. Yellow Toad in left. Okay. Alright, well, it's easier to change the fielding than the batting, but I wanted to check it anyway. Hey, folks, if I'm rigging anything, I'm rigging it in favor of the Flowers by giving Rhiannon the lineup she wants. Don't blame me, blame Dolphin.
Who we're not going to blame, though, is Blue Toad, who takes ball 1. Bluebird feels like definitely one of those pitchers that's more willing to pitch around batters, throw some of those balls, ideally trip up batters, get them to swing at something they can't really hit.
I mean, Blooper as he goes for the on-speed, off-speed, his one trick. Blooper is not an ace, and I don't think he's going to make any pretenses about being one himself. Brown Critter really trying for a center field home run, but the Flowers have a very fast outfield.
It's a shame because I don't know about you, but like Blooper gives off ace vibes to me. Like if you told me Blooper one of the best pitchers in the game, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
He's solid, but the only way he gets to being there is by playing smarter, not harder. Gotta use all the tricks in his toolbox. And we'll see how they fare against Green Toad here. Pretty well, actually. A rare Toad double play is gonna slow this down. Arcade Autumn, again, another chatter. You know, I don't know. I don't think Rhiannon's got the better team, to tell you the truth. The stats don't seem to think so. I think she's good. I think she's very capable of some small ball wins. I think Monty Mole's very capable of getting on first. But I just wanna let people do what they want to do, alright? The AI makes some effort to put people where it thinks it goes when it does those default lineups, which is why I kind of didn't notice it for a second there. But, you know, we're people. The AI is gonna listen to what we want, at least for right now. Alright, well, I don't feel nearly as bad about that Toad double play on my side as Yellow Toad does the same. Goose Eggs in the first here. Autumn, Green Shy Guy, PD up to bat. August owner of the Rookies in chat. Hello. Yeah, you know, the Knights don't have Monty. Monty Mole, first round draft pick. I don't think any of us here 16 weeks deep think that he's going to be a first round draft pick next season, but he's had his moments.
We'll see. We've got some loose cannons in the in the owner's box. If you tell them they can't do something, well.
Green Shy Guy doesn't want to be told he can't do something. Charges up for that ball. It almost seems like he wants it out of the park, but doesn't have it in him. One player who does, though. Not a home run from PD, but a very deep single with an extra base. Gets runners on the corners with one out.
Yeah, fella, it looked like Para just messed up his timing a little bit there.
Luigi's pretty reliable, has hit into some double plays, has hit into some triple plays, but a base hit will bring on one. I don't like the slowdown I'm experiencing right now. It seems it's okay. That was a little scary for a minute there. Thankfully, Autumn is going to cross home plate. First player to do so this game. That's an RBI single for Luigi. Runners on first and second, one out for Blue Shy Guy. Knights up one now in the top of the second. Blooper unfazed, thankfully.
Should maybe be a little bit more phased as Blue Shy Guy hits a single, loading up the bases. PD can't make it home. He's really slow.
The bases are loaded, and so am I. Let's see what's going on. That's good rum.
Is this like... Oh, okay. You're loaded as in like you're drunk.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like... I mean, hey, if you want to do a muddy spread on stream, that's your prerogative.
And wouldn't you know it, turns out rum makes you play baseball better. That's an RBI single up the middle, gets us to 2-0. Blue Toad here.
Yeah,
Can he
Babe
keep
Ruth's
it rolling?
known that for like a century.
Swing and a miss from Blue Toad on strike two, kind of a rarity. And yeah, I mean, that's part of the beauty of baseball back in the olden days, right? Blue Shy Guy thinks about going for home, opts not to. We're just going to kind of keep this train moving here. Single after single after single keeps bringing him across the plate. This is the way to do it, folks. And as Blooper gets tired, is Brown Critter going to be one batter too many? Blooper does not have the ego that some other pitchers does. He's gonna let somebody fresh take this one. I think that's very wise. Now, I did see Rhiannon, owner of the Flowers, in chat. I'm gonna check my Discord. Give her an opportunity to make a substitution. I mean, you know, Blooper's alright. Blooper's solid. He's got some good chemistry, actually. I'll give him that much. Daisy on the mound. No other substitutions yet. Daisy, a pitcher who certainly has her moments. Does not use the star pitch there. I didn't want to tell her to, but man, she should have. That's a grand slam from Brown Critter. With no chem item on deck, that star pitch would have been a free out, but she thinks she can get it the hard way. Brown Critter gonna prove her wrong.
This Flowers team is not generally the kind of team that is capable of putting up the biggest innings. We've seen them put up some big spots before in clutch moments, and it's possible
Green
we
Toad
can
home
see
run.
that now. But first, they just have to stem the bleeding.
The problem with
Down
Daisy's
by 8
moments...
runs is a terrible spot to be.
Uberlord in chat, chatter I've seen here and there since the league started. We're in week 16 already, if you can believe it. Problem with Daisy's moments, they're almost universally hinged on a lack of chemistry. They really are. They really are. But you know what? Daisy's star pitch is a free out without a chem item, and if she would use it more, it would be great. Don't use it here, though, as Paratroopa falls for that banana, hook, line, and sinker. And she's already getting frustrated. That means Green Shy Guy's up. We're getting pretty close to batting around here. Actually, I think we have batted around. Autumn started this. Only going to get the second out here as Green Shy Guy cannot quite make it to first. Runner on second, 2 outs for Petey. Gonna use a star swing instead of going for a home run. This is why I don't put Brown Critter and Petey back to back. These deep line drives have a lot more benefit when you've got some faster base runners ahead. Autumn gonna cross the plate for, I believe, the second time this inning?
Jeez. I was kind of wondering if that hit had been a little shorter and had bounced off the table, is there any chance it could have been a ground rule double? There's some really short walls out there.
We've seen some ground rule doubles on this stadium before. We absolutely have.
Table time.
We've actually seen, I believe, in week 1 or 2, a table ground rule double. In fact, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, we've seen a lot of Mario baseball at this point. It's hard to remember all of it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to believe we've all been doing this long. It's something special, it really is. Something beautiful.
Yeah, around 4 months at this point.
Whew. Just Magic Koopa. Has not done a ton of pitching for this team, but has been very good when he stepped in. Time to see if he can keep it up against Luigi here, just trying to get that third out and get him out of this. Goes for the old Ephus pitch, star changeup. Looks like it'll do it, as that is a fly out to center right. Rhiannon's got it. 9, not the highest number of runs any team has put up in a single half inning, but it's might be second. The winner of
If
that
not
award.
second, at least tied for second.
Yeah, winner of that award, the Bowser Monsters, who have put up 11 runs in a single half inning, if you can believe it, despite their performance last game. Brown Critter tried to get a homer to center. Blue Critter's going to try the same. This one is grabbed. A line from Yellow Yoshi to left is going to get a single, though. This inning is not over yet for the Flowers. They are a small ball team. They are going to need to start chipping away at that lead yesterday. Yellow Magic Koopa going to do it, though, with a home run. Our second Magic Koopa home run of this season happens here. A 2-run shot from Yellow Mag just barely stays fair.
I mean, if you had a piece of paper, you couldn't draw up the line better than that. Just a perfect left field home run curving right around the pole.
Still down a fair bit here, but Green Paratroopa going to keep the conveyor belt moving. If the Flowers answer with a 9-run bottom of the second, I don't know what I'll do. They're going to try, as that just knocks fair from Blooper up the third base line.
Now that does bring a fan favorite up to the plate in Monty Mole.
Monty Mole has been on a bit of a
Flowers
tear.
fans value Monty more than anyone else.
Oh, forget it. Star center fielder Autumn. Not starred, but still star. She'll shut that one down, and ahead by 7 as we get into the top of the third. Knights batting the blue section of the lineup. Autumn loves Monty, but not too much not to get him out. I mean, Monty Mole's been pretty solid in this league. You know, it's been, Oh, man, I thought for a minute there we almost had a blue Shy Guy home run. Instead, it is just going to be a long fly out to center right. Rhiannon gets kind of baited for that banana item, but Yellow Yoshi covers it. I'm going to go 1 for 2 today, as a quick ground out to second slows things down a little bit. Still, Blue Toad Brown Critter could put on 2 more if they want to go back-to-back, single and home run. Blue Toad's certainly going to do his part. But yeah, I mean, I've said it before, you know, the beauty of the NSLB being that everybody plays really gives us some opportunities to see some players, like Monty Mole, who normally don't really get their time in the sun.
Yeah, and there, Brown Critter is gonna line a single that advances Blue Toad to third. I feel like Para this whole game has been just a little off in his hops.
Yeah, Green Paratroopa's had some okay moments at second base. You know, there are some second basemen in this league I've really maligned. Green Paratroopa's been okay, but he's choosing a bad day to screw up. Still, Knight's only going to put on 1 more. That does put him ahead by 8, however, with Daisy, Yellow Toad, and Rhiannon batting in the bottom of the third. Not a lot of double-digit games for the Knights this year, but the other, one of the few others was actually against this team. We just like playing the Flowers, I guess. I am going to let Yellow Toad on, but what do you expect?
So, sometimes you have certain teams that you just feel like you have the number of, and sometimes certain teams have your number.
Who let Petey and a Critter be on the same team, asks Uberlord. So, crazy story about that. Brown Critter, actually a 7th round draft pick traded for Green Magic Koopa. I kind of don't know what I was thinking letting the guy go that long, but we actually have a rule in this league that you can only star late drafted players. It was intended to buff weaker players, not undervalued good players. But here we are, you know? And I'm not complaining at 12-1, ahead by 8 here in the bottom of the third. Lex has Monty's number. That's good, you know?
Hell yeah.
I don't know how he is. He's not a great catcher. He's an okay batter. But I hope he's a good date.
I feel like Monty would be really fun to smoke a blunt with. I don't want him on my team, but like at the after party, you know, after our teams have played in the Sandlot, and we're chilling out back at someone's house. Hell yeah, Monty's my guy.
I mean, Monty Mole seems like a cool dude. Petey Piranha also seems like a cool dude who's gonna try and go for a home run to center. Tries to hit it so high they can't grab it, but Rhiannon does in fact have the height. Of course you're gonna be able to get that super jumping off of Yoshi. That's what Yoshi's made for. But we don't have to throw him in a pit to get that catch. And yes, you did hear those words correctly. Not only was a Critter a 7th round pick, he was traded for a Magikoopa. I don't think we had any Critters go in the first 3 rounds. It was kind of wild. You can actually check the original draft order by going to our Discord, where we have the image that was made at the end of the original draft pinned. Link in the description is probably outdated, but if you need it, somebody can get it to you.
I was too busy drafting my bros.
Yeah, I definitely made some mistakes drafting. I said before, I think I drafted a lot of B-tier players. I don't have any D or C tier players on this team, but I probably could have gotten more A's if I hadn't gone for the B's. But like, come on, we're 12-1, ahead by 8 in the bottom of the 4th at the Cruiser. Like, it's all gravy. I can't complain. I love these guys.
Okay, wait, but like, LeBron and Kobe did play together. Like, that comparison did just happen in real sports. Because real sports are crazy too.
Well, whichever one of those two Petey is, he is going to miss a dive at short, and I'm going to start getting a little tired. Not so tired that I can't get Blooper out just barely. Petey's got a huge dive, and he is going to make use of it. You know, at the end of the first half of this league, my ERA was comically low, and the only reason was this award-winning infield. Yeah, as August mentions, a few of us have, in fact, played this game before, but, you know, the dynamics of CPU League are something that I think not all of us took the time to research. There's no research quite like first-hand experience, though, which is why I expect the Season 2 draft this fall to be very exciting and very different from the Season 1 draft.
Yeah.
In classic Magic
Pretty much
Koopa
what I
fashion,
did. I mean, I basically just drafted down the tier list, and it worked fine enough for me. Although, hey, my team's falling apart, so who the hell knows? Maybe bros can't do shit.
Who knows? Magic Koopa, I was about to make a comment. The classic Magic Koopa pitching strat is to complain constantly but not sub out. Finally is going to when it comes to Brown Critter. He just doesn't want to face this guy. I don't blame him. Brown Critter's been having a pretty good day so far. First season of the league I'm in had an infield of double Critter, went 25-7 in the main, 7-0 in the post. It's pretty solid. What team did you own? Blue Critter, speaking of critters, going to pitch for this team. Has actually pitched before. I don't think he has more than like an inning and a third of experience, but he has pitched.
You know, honestly, if you had so many, if you somehow were in a situation where you had three critters, so both shortstop and second are already covered, I feel like Critter's probably not a bad pitcher.
Blue Critter does have the highest stat of any of them when it comes to pitching, and the star is only helping him in that department. But it's not going to prevent him from letting up
like a real bad pitcher.
Not going to prevent him from letting up a 2 RBI double to Green Toad. The chemistry, the way this Knights lineup was designed, the 3 chems followed by power, this is exactly what it was meant to do. And I'm so glad it finally is at some point during this season. Red Critter able to be a menace on the mound. I'm sure he is. Green Shy Guy, a sack run, 14-2. Blue Critter's getting tired. Still thinks he can handle Petey Piranha. That might be a dangerous move, but boy, he's got a fastball and a half, doesn't he? This one's deep. It might be at the blind spot. No, not quite. Autumn's got to hurry back to second. This is a shallow stadium.
I wonder if the CPUs are really that phased by speed at all. Because I can see that being one of the things that basic CPU AI wouldn't really account for.
This is advanced CPU AI, however.
Yeah, you know, week in and week out, we see just how advanced it really is. Ain't she a thing of beaut?
I hate having to have all these mound visits. But here we are. We're gonna give Rhiannon, owner of the flowers, just a minute here. This is a little deeper than she's used to going. I actually don't know if any team has gotten. No, 5th pitchers we've only ever seen once in this league.
Wait, so who started the game before the error? Was that Blooper?
Yes. So Blooper was the starting pitcher, followed by Daisy, followed by Yellow Madge, followed by Blue Critter.
So Blooper is still available to pitch.
No, Blooper has pitched.
Well, because it started her with the wrong lineup, remember?
Right, but then I went and made a new save state. Or then I went back and corrected it. It started her with the wrong lineup, but I realized that quickly enough to correct it.
Yeah, so before you corrected it, who was the pitcher?
So, hold on a minute.
I'm just trying to make sure we're not accidentally eliminating one of the pitchers that Rhiannon has available.
Because I didn't correct it in this game. I started a whole new game.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep. All right, and I'm not seeing any more notes from Rhiannon here, so I think everything she sent me is done. Calvin is extremely excited. Calvin, owner of the DK Wilds in chat here, is excited and correct because Monty Mole is going to pitch. Blooper will be catching. Blue Critter's going to go to first.
What?
I haven't had any more messages in a few minutes, so I think this is it. Look, this is only the second time in this league anybody's had to go to 5 pitchers, maybe the third. No coach has planned for anything this deep, and I don't blame him. Monty Mole is, however, going to end this as Luigi can't get around that ball. Grounder to short. A 4 spot from the Knights hurts. And I'm done too. While we're at it, why don't we have some more subs? This is fine. I wholly expect Luigi to finish this out, and really, this is a better lineup for us anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Christian, that's enough. Go back. Go, Luigi!
I wonder how different this league would be if you couldn't bring your resting starter in for relief.
It would be a lot more challenging. I think pitching would become a far more important stat, or at the very least, we would see a lot more focus on defense. But I think we're going to see that in Season 2 anyway. Charge hit from Yellow Toad, not super common. Going to work out for him, however. Runners on first and second with no outs. Rhiannon, owner of the flowers, up. Still, a triple play is certainly going to shut things down here. Petey makes 2 of those unassisted. And yes, with Gecko codes, you are allowed to have repeat players. The SSSL, really the league that inspired me to do this in the first place, had 12 teams, and so was required to have some repeat players. But, you know, our friend group, the size, everything kind of just worked out perfectly for 1 stadium per person, every player plays once, and it's nice. We get to see just a little bit of everybody. And a little bit of Blue Shy Guy with that star hit, gonna get him on first. I've been doing pretty okay today. Can I avoid the double play here? I can indeed. And I gotta be honest, folks, I might be jinxing myself to say it. No team has hit 20 runs yet in regulation. The Knights in the top of the 6th might be the team to do it. I don't know why Blue Toad is showing bunt. But he is. Alright, 2 strikes. He's gonna swing for contact now, which is fine. This is where the Toads excel. Good eye on that outside. I was about to scream. Instead, a little blooper hit. Blue Shy Guy's got to turn around. No worries there. Base is loaded for Brown Critter. Where have we seen this before?
Oh no, don't do it.
Monty's thinking about walking him. Honestly, might limit the damage. Gonna go for a star hit instead. That one actually does get over the fence, but it is foul. 2 strikes, 2 balls, bases loaded, no outs. Contact for 3, grabbed by Yellow Magic Koopa. A double play, but not a triple.
I wanted to believe in the triple.
Green Toad's just as much of a menace. Green Toad's been a bit of a mixed bag today. 1 home run, 1 double play. This looking to be a flyout, unless the tables managed to get in the way. Not quite. I actually kind of wonder if the error item didn't break the table, allowing Yellow Toad to grab that.
Not sure.
We're not looking to be record-breaking here at this pace, but we'll be just fine. Luigi pitching a Blue Critter now. I do hate to see us lose that momentum. And Blue Critter are going to put 1 more on for the Flowers here with a no-doubter. Green Toad's fast, but he can't get to that one. Still, a solo shot when you're down 14-2 kind of feels like too little too late. In a league as tightly packed as this, you do want the run differential. Flowers are going to do everything they can to help that. Green Toad's fast. No one is fast if they don't sprint. This is fair. This is fair. And some outfielders just don't really want to put it on until it's too late. The tables may have had something to do with it. I don't know.
He definitely started sprinting there at the very end. I don't know if it's like a proximity thing or what.
Another strikeout look in this game, this time from Luigi. Or actually, another strikeout look in tonight, excuse me. Last one was last game.
CPU, it's so true.
CPU does not like to push buttons. Autumn Green Shy Guy Petey. I don't believe we've seen a Petey home run yet today, despite this being a very friendly stadium to a guy like him. This is his last opportunity in the top of the 7th. I don't expect to see an 8th.
The Flowers have done crazy things. This would be by far their craziest.
They would need to break the all-time record for most runs scored in a half inning.
Won't matter now.
They'd need to tie it to continue to the 8th. They'd need to break it to win.
Yeah. Well, I want to see the tie.
I'm sure the Flowers would like to see a tie right now, too. They'll take anything they can get. Autumn on first, 1 out, Petey up to the plate. And again, no home run from Petey. Opts for contact. I'm kind of surprised by that, but maybe he thinks Luigi's got what it takes. Which is the first pitch he's given he's going to swing on. Autumn thinks about going for home, opts not to.
Yeah, before we see an 11-run comeback, first we have to see Monty get out of this inning. A double play from Shy Guy here would be just what they need, and that's just the gift that he gives to this Flowers team.
All right. So a bit of the momentum lost for the Knights. Not gonna break 20 this game. That's okay. Luigi's got to get 3 batters out, starting with the Flowers' 9th, and then their 1-2 right behind. Brown Critter's got that first one, no doubt. It's down to Monty Mole and Daisy. It's down to Daisy.
Well, funny thing about an 11-run comeback, you literally need everyone in your lineup to get hits.
Can't believe
11
it.
is the perfect...
An extremely rare star hit from Daisy. I mean, that thing's free unless you've got a flying character. I can't even get mad at her.
Yeah. But yeah, an 11-run inning, half inning, you mathematically need everyone to hit. Nobody can get out. Or, like, someone can get out, but they will be back up at the plate, and they can't get out a second time.
Yellow Toad, very good at not getting out. Rhiannon, not as much. Charge hit, good. But who else to crush her dreams but Autumn? And
Who else but Autumn?
A brutal 14-3 loss for the Flowers is going to punt them down the standings just that much further. Knights looking to really set an NSLB record, honestly. I have a feeling that this kind of season is not likely to happen for any team when it comes to 2.
One hopes not.
We'll find out.
Even as somebody who was, at one point looking to have that same caliber of season.
Well, hey, good to play you, Rhiannon. Unfortunately, this glass is empty, and it ought to be full. Plus, there's some save states I gotta make. It's a whole mess of stuff. So, whoop, nope, I was on the right screen. There we go. We will see you folks. 10 minutes is 8:30. I think I can just about manage everything I need to do in that time. Maybe 8:35. We'll kind of play it by ear. That sound good to you?
Sounds lovely.
All right, we'll see you folks in somewhere in the 10 to 15 minute range. Take your 7-inning stretch, as it were, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, took me just a minute. Sorry about all that. I was telling Iris, Dolphin decided to update yesterday, and I didn't realize. So all the save states I spent all that time lovingly crafting for you folks, not valid. So got them all set up here. Iris is going to walk you through it while I stretch my legs for just a sec. And we'll be getting ready for our biggest game of the night, probably, in just a few. Who's on the fireballs?
Absolutely. So we got Fireballs versus Rookies. Uh, this is a pretty huge matchup. Whoever wins this matchup will take sole possession of second seed, at least for right nows. And here to try and put it away to regain their honor after some rough weeks, we've got a Mario Fireballs lineup that is as unyielding as ever. We've got Red Critter with the star leading off at shortstop, Hammer Bro over on third, Boomerang Bro on first, Fire Bro on second, rounding out our star infield. After that, Red Madge is taking the mound tonight, the main pitcher for this team. I'm out in center field, Mario in right field, Red Toad in left, and Baby Daisy's here, 2 at catcher. The lineup never changes except to swap out pitchers. This team knows what it's about. Everyone on the team is the same. It hits home runs. It hits singles. You know them. You love them. Or you don't love them.
I love them. And I mean, they don't change because they don't need to, you know? It's worked. Second seed is still second seed. You're not complaining about that. And they will be up against a team looking to take second seed. August has mentioned, I don't know if you noticed, but August, owner of the Rookies, has, I think, said, I'm having a hard time reading this stupid tiny window, that if you are willing to share a joint second, August will just skip the whole game.
You know, I'm okay, actually. I'd rather play it out.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. So, with that anticipation, August has brought center fielder Bowser Jr., a starred Red Koopa going to right, August himself in left, King K. Rool catching, Critter at short, Goomba at third, Dark Bones first baseman, Magikoopa your starting pitcher for the second week in a row, has not started for this team in a little while, but did okay for it last week, and Baby Pratch, second baseman, bringing up the rear. The Rookies are really an all or nothing kind of team. The last time these teams faced off, they actually got out to an early lead, but they just couldn't hang when it came to the back end. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but whether or not the Rookies have learned that remains to be seen.
Yeah, I kind of don't expect either team to pitch a complete game.
It's a rarity in this league. We can't all be the Knights.
Especially Magikoopa v Magikoopa.
Red Madge has stayed in for quite some time before, but the only way to find out how long he'll be willing to put up with it this time is by playing some baseball. So let's hop to it.
Absolutely. I'm excited and nervous all at the same time.
I'm home free, so I'm just enjoying this along for the ride. With a few ounces of most expensive bourbon I've been willing to buy in a little while. Not that it's that expensive.
That was an interesting hit there. I really thought he was going to take that, and he very well should have.
Not a lot of plate discipline from Red Critter here. Not a lot of plate discipline from Hammer Bro either. Taking the first pitch they're going for. Two quick outs. The Fireballs do have all of those players, Uberlord. I'm going to tell you what, if you haven't been here for all of these weeks, honestly, Baby Daisy might be better than Mario. She's got fewer double plays.
Mario is ass. If they could just turn him into a technique character, I think he legitimately goes up by at least a tier.
I think Mario's struggle in this is that he's on a Fireballs team with no chemistry for him. Mario's got Red Toad and yourself, but this doesn't look like a Fireballs team, and it doesn't play like one either. Still, plays okay as Firebro at second base here, gonna do some heavy work recording 3 quick outs. Turning Mario into a power type to balance the characters next season. Honestly, I would consider turning every captain into a power type. The power archetype uses more stars than most of the other ones. I would love to see more captain stars. There's a lot of things I'd love to see, including a Firebro home run, but that pulls just foul into right. He's going to go for it again on another off-speed. This one looks a little better. Bowser Jr. struggling to get there. Gonna put on the wheels at the last second. Grabs it.
Yeah, it just shows you how big that infield is.
Yeah, I wish we'd have seen that bomb air item come out in time to do something, but it's the CPU, what do you expect? Speaking of the CPU, I don't know if you mentioned it or not, Uberlord, but you said you're a team owner. I'm curious, what team do you own?
Use CPU class to prompt him to charge it. Yeah, anything to get him out of the infield.
And speaking of the infield, Baby Peach Darkbones negative chemistry actually comes into play there. Lets Iris on first. Darkbones is not on the bag when he grabs that ball. Doesn't matter.
If I could see Mario hit into more outs like that and fewer double plays in the infield, I'd be really happy.
I am not texting other girls at a baseball game. The other girls don't text me.
See, I am. I wanna go to a, it would be fun to have a whole queue to take to a baseball game, line up a section. Anyway, that's a K. Rool homer.
Of course it's a K. Rool homer. That's what he's built for. I'm fairly confident K. Rool remains the home run leader in this league, and this is why.
Yeah. Call him K. Rool Schwarber.
The owner of the Turquoise Turnabout. I don't know who's the captain of that team. I don't really know who's even on it. There aren't that many light blue players in this league. You've got light blue Yoshi. Some of the Kongs have light blue chem. It's a cool name, though. That's it. Tiny Funky Surly. All 3 of the players with light blue chem. What a color. Goomba has been a bit of a mixed bag, but will make a good single here. Brings up Dark Bones.
Dark blue, dark green hybrid team.
Close enough to turquoise.
And here we got Dark hitting another 2-run home run. These rookies want that second seed.
I was just about to say, they are excellent contact hitters, but they can go power when they want to, and this is a good time. Red Madge already getting tired, and actually subbing out. This is kind of a rarity, folks. Usually Red Madge getting tired means he's got another 2 or 3 innings left.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, hey, you're another Luigi owner. I always happy to see another Luigi owner. Just ignore the part where I would rather be a Daisy owner. It's you're there. That is fire, bro. Moving Red Madge off the mound early could be huge for the rookies, but the Fireballs have done plenty of good in this formation as well. Oh my god, are we going to have 2 Magic Koopa home runs in one night? No, Womp Cracker's going to stop that. Still a good double. Kind of can't believe how many Madge homers or homer attempts we've had in this league. Green Magic Koopa's hit 1, Yellow Magic Koopa's hit 1 tonight. Blue Magic Koopa was going for a third, but his own stadium working against him. Looking to kick a Daisy team out of playoffs in 48-ish. Hey, you know what? Good luck to you, my friend. Good luck to you. Glad to have you here in the meantime, though. Hope you can learn something. And if not, hope you can enjoy it anyway. Bowser Jr. double play to second is...
Mario finally gets us out of the inning from hell.
I mean, a 3 spot is hardly the inning from hell in this league.
It is to me! it took out my starting pitcher.
It did take out your starting pitcher. Still, Red Toad, a good person to start the rally comeback. Baby Daisy, alright, I said she's surprisingly good. Red Toad gonna steal second here.
Shoutouts to the Gold Steel, even without the ability to dash. Still gets something done.
And
Baby Daisy trying to get something done here. She
looking
never
like a
could, but
flyout.
Toad should be able to tag up and go to third. What the?
Went back to wait on second, stepped off the bag. I was so ready to compliment this guy for his genius in tagging up to third. We see it so rarely. The only time I can remember anybody tagging up from second to third was Wario a few weeks ago. And it looks like that's going to be the only time anybody continues to do it, as Red Toad once again takes a lead and has to get back. Where are the base running coaches? Where are they? Well, that doesn't matter. Hammer Bro's going to bring him all the way around no matter what. Solid 2-run shot from Hammer Bro here. And into center. Not an easy way to hit it. Red Toad is never punished.
Hammer Bro not going to curve it as much as Boomerang Bro. And now both teams have been relieved of their starters.
I don't believe I got an order from August, owner of the Rookies, but that's okay because he's here. And even when I do get an order, I like to consult the owners anyway. Take your time, my friend. Take your time. Yeah, I'm actually not having this bourbon straight. I am kind of a sucker for a bourbon and red wine mixer. Throwing a little bit of orange bitters there.
Interesting.
This red wine a little on the drier side from what I'm used to buying, but it was on sale, and it's not terrible. I quite like it, actually. It's just, I didn't, normally this actually calls for simple. I probably should have thrown a dash in there, but what do you do? Baby Peach on the mound, Madge second base. Pretty easy substitution. They're only gonna get harder from here, though. You should let Dai make him. I didn't know that Dai had any experience with that. I was under the impression she did not, in fact, have any experience with drinking. But perhaps that's
because you weren't there to try Dai's apple cider.
Oh dear. I think I'll stick to bartending.
Yeah, it was. What was it? It was like my 23rd birthday, 24th. It was a few years ago. Anyway, so you know how generally a mixer is like, a shot of alcohol and then a glass full of mixers,
yeah,
and whatnot.
Man, Boomerang Bro really
so
trying
took
to
the
wash
opposite
these in
route.
the
light. Dai basically made
what, like an ounce
not
of...
quite a Long Island, but used like at least 4 different spirits plus some amaretto and mixed in like a little bit of I don't even remember what. It ended up being not as bad as you might think.
I mean,
for being like straight liquor, basically.
I have to ask, did you throw in cough syrup and light it on fire?
No, unfortunately.
Not lighting things on fire, by the way. It
definitely ended up being better than the Pickle Island, at least. So that's a point to Dai.
A swinging strikeout from Fire Bro, not lighting the fireballs offense up, but still, they are only down 1 in the bottom of the third. This is absolutely still anybody's game. The Rookies were out to an early lead last time these teams faced off. And yeah, I mean, you've basically described the classic origin of the Flaming Moe, right? Whatever you can find in the cabinet, fire made it good. I'd be willing to try a Flaming Moe.
I've tried tried doing flaming drinks before, and always have a little bit of trouble with it.
I imagine it's not easy. Speaking of things that are not easy, Mario's got a pitch to K-Rool home run hitter. 2 on, nobody out. K-Rool has had some rough grounders before. This ain't gonna be one of those. Instead, a deep hit off the back wall. Only a single. You're kind of happy to neutralize him, but with Critter up, you are not out of it yet. If you can get past him, Goomba's a little less of a threat. But you have to get past him, and this is not going to be it. A little confusion on the base paths. A lot of people are pretty slow, including August, but he'll get back to third in time. He always does. That probably could have been a 2-run single. Instead, it's just going to be 1.
I'm telling you, first and third base coaches.
I mean, you might be happy that there aren't any right now, because that worked out in your favor. But August is in fact good for tactical retreats. Mario pitching around Goomba. This is not a batter I would be walking. Maybe he's just trying to get him to chase, but he's got to put something over the zone now. And that actually is just going to knock Fair up the first base line to bring home 2. Even K-Rool is going to get home on this. Huge moment for the rookies. Never count the fireballs out, but that's a big at-bat for the rookies for sure.
I'll be honest, I don't like this death spiral that the Mario Fireballs have found themselves in these past few weeks.
They're basically guaranteed to make playoffs as long as they get at least 1 win out of the remaining 3 games. And who knows, maybe that's where they'll shine. Maybe they've just been saving it. Magikoopa actually manages to hit the fireball, but it was going foul anyway. Hammer Bro's going to upgrade that strike to a full-on out. Mentioned earlier in chat, all Goomba does is walk. I mean, Goomba also bunts in this game. Red Madge, that ball was absolutely gettable.
Too tired from his pitching performance, I guess.
Look, I'm the
I don't
Fireball's...
like Bowser Jr. being up at the plate.
I'm the Fireball's rival, and I'm mad at you. Not going to use a star hit, thankfully. Firebro kind of slow. Not too slow to get to that. Goomba's not going to try and take home on that out. On that error item, excuse me. Brings up a starred Red Koopa. Definitely capable of getting on base, but not when Red Critter's at short. He's not. And just as the Fireballs were starting to catch up, the rookies start to pull away.
Now, this is a lineup where, you know, the pitching does really wear out as the game goes on, so you're hoping you can get to the pitching early and try and attack a bit of a weaker bullpen.
I mean, 5 runs is absolutely a lead that we've seen close up in this league before. Red Magikoopa's not going to be the one to do it, but it is doable. Iris herself going to try and start this rally. As far as Mii's go, Iris is on the higher end of the batting. Has a few home runs this year. I don't expect one in this stadium, but a base hit would still be not happening. Yeah, I don't mind this, but it is very dry. Probably could use a little bit of fancy syrups. I did buy quite a few of them.
Mario manages to lay down a softly hit single, unfortunately with 2 outs. Not too likely to make something happen. Toad, pretty reliable hitting, but Baby Daisy following up. Not the best.
Baby Daisy more reliable than Mario. He can do it, anyone can do it.
It's true. 2-out rallies do happen all the time, and Toad's looking to make one happen right now. That's another softly hit single. These balls are just barely leaving the infield, but you hit them where they ain't, you score runs.
Runners on first and second here. 2 outs. Baby Daisy Going to get that past Critter, but August is there in left. That's unfortunate. A Baby Daisy base hit to bring up Red Critter on loaded bases absolutely could have brought this game right back.
Mm-hmm.
Instead,
now Mario has to face a very difficult part of the lineup here.
And he's going to use the start
Wants
pitch
to bring the heat for August?
Not the batter of these three I would be spending a fireball on, although he's still got 4 more. Then
that
again,
being said, he lines a hit.
Mario has this weird curse surrounding him where despite his otherwise incredible stats, Brady doesn't do anything as a CPU. Mario was a pretty late pick as far as captains go. We did draft captains separately from players. There's been some discussion over whether we'll do that again in Season 2. But yeah, Mario was kind of a late pick. K-Rool was not a late pick, and for good reason. Were it not for the chemistry in the outfield, that ball would have been gone.
Yeah, Mario was in fact the 7th pick of the draft.
Luigi, perhaps fitting, dead last. Bowser first, but might not be next year. He's kind of struggled to prove that he's worth that.
I think you can't look too much at that. At bare minimum, at worst, I think you pick Bowser second.
Who's your first pick in that scenario, just out of curiosity?
In the captain draft, Donkey Kong.
That's kind of what I thought you were going to say, and I'm inclined to agree. I think Bowser's generally your best first pick. DK's also very good. Not a captain,
Red
but
Critter's
also very
good at hitting them. A little bit too slow, though, as August just reaches that out.
I honestly thought that might be too high. It was really a moonshot.
Yeah, he just got there.
Yeah, started to fall just a minute too early. Still, you've got 3 bros back to back to back. Any one of them capable of some home runs. A solo shot, only going to put the Fireballs a grand slam back, but it is absolutely something they can do.
Yeah, although, like, you get through this part of the lineup, you're feeling pretty confident. There's not much game left.
That's true. We've kind of been moving tonight. Despite a late start, games have been playing pretty fast. I'm not complaining.
Right, like...
Bottom of the 5th.
Right now, if you don't allow any base runners, you don't have to see Red Critter again.
That's a bit of an ask, though. Let's hope that Orioles Mario is not an omen for the Orioles' real season this year in 2026. I'm planning to let you take me to Camden Yards once or twice, and I'm warning you right now, I've never seen the Orioles win at home.
I have a pretty bad win rate myself.
I've been to Camden Yards 5, maybe 6 times in my life, and the Orioles have lost every time I've shown up. They even lost to the White Sox once. It's tough.
They, in the 21st century, have been one of the worst teams in the league, unfortunately. But right now, they're looking like they could be solid this season.
That's what I've heard many a time. Only way to find out is by finding out. Speaking of teams that look like they could be solid this season, rookies are still holding. By this point, last time these two teams faced off, they had started to slip. They are losing Baby Peach as a pitcher, though. Could that be the difference maker? August, owner of the rookies, has seen the Orioles beat the Yankees at Camden Yards. You know what? I'm glad somebody here's got good luck. August needs a minute. This is a big game. I don't blame him.
Yankees fans are so rough at Camden Yards because, I mean, this changed a little bit in 2024 because we had an actually good team on the field, but the vast majority of the time they just feel like home games for the Yankees.
That bad, eh?
Yeah, there's so many Yankees fans in the crowd. It's awful. Right, I mean, being around a singular Yankees fan is bad enough.
You say this as someone who has admitted that you kind of drafted the Yankees equivalent of Mario Baseball.
I mean, people just let me.
I was a Yankees fan that game. Ah, you see what I have to put up with?
That's fucked up.
He's born in Jersey. He likes the Yankees. He hates Scrapple.
Okay, but being born in Jersey is great. That means you have a perfect excuse to be a fan of the New York Mets.
Not a real Pennsylvanian, August isn't. I'm revoking it. But despite me revoking his real Pennsylvanian status, we are still going to do what he wants, which is putting K-Rool on the mound, Goomba catching, and Peach at third. You folks should have seen it. I'm going to tell this story. I took August and East Zach, owner of the Monsters. We were out at a diner at one point for breakfast, and August admits to me he's never tried Scrapple. He's a Jersey boy, right? And I said, well, you gotta try Scrapple. I get it every time I'm at a diner, of course.
You don't gotta try Scrapple.
You do. And I get it, because
So
I get it
bad.
every time I'm at a diner. This guy takes a bite. You know, champ on him, he's willing to take a bite. I feel like I just poisoned him. He's gagging, he's coughing, he fucking falls out of the booth. Not a real Pennsylvanian.
You know, not being a real Pennsylvanian is kind of something to be proud of.
Fair enough, but Scrapple's banging. I don't want to hear it from anybody. Scrapple fans sound off in the chat as I need to make another substitution here. I assume it's Boomerang Bro and Mario goes back to right.
Yeah. Fuck
All right.
this.
Well, at least these
It's
two
all
teams,
over.
at least these two teams are finding some common ground in their mutual hatred of Scrapple. Now I'm not rooting for anybody because you both have bad taste.
Oh my goodness.
Look, man, if it ain't biscuits and sausage gravy, it's Scrapple. I gotta have something here. I am a sucker for a good greasy spoon. Baby Peach decides to go back to third on that one.
Well, I got caught.
Oh, right.
You have to tag up if it gets caught.
I can never tell when the super dive counts as a catch versus not. Like, I know if it hits the ground first, but sometimes it feels like even when it doesn't, the super dive is kind of iffy. Mario being back in right field lets him end this one, though.
Yeah, and now Mario, Toad, and Baby Daisy have one chance to make it all happen.
The Fireballs have to put
It's
up a
not
5
going to.
spot. They absolutely...
Everything's over.
This team is absolutely capable of doing the thing they need to do to keep this game going. It's
Toad's
not...
gonna line a single just for Daisy to hit into a triple play. We're all in shambles forever.
Man, is this what I sound like? Schrodinger's out. The game decides whether it's caught when the CPU uses it. It feels like it. Honestly, I've seen some dives from Petey that feel like they should be catches, and they're just not. Baby Daisy showing charge is nice. Unfortunately, that is a double play. 5 runs is certainly something the Fireballs are capable of doing. 5 runs on 2 outs, a little harder. Red Critter
And this
looking
is
to
just
get
gonna
him
end the game
closer.
right here.
Yeah, buddy jump in the outfield cannot be grabbed. And so the rookies continue the punishment the Fireballs have been enduring lately and actually manage to take second seed for now.
What's the point of it all?
There are still 2 weeks left, and seeds 2, 3, and 4 are all still up for grabs with 2 weeks left. Top seed and bottom seed are pretty much locked, but everything else is still gonna happen. It's baseball, folks. Well, that was admittedly less exciting than I hoped it would be. Fireball's offense struggled in a way that it very rarely does, but I still believe in them. I want the finals of these playoffs to be CoCom versus CoCom. I really do. That said, at the end of this all, Seed 1 plays Seed 4, Seed 2 plays Seed 3. So, honestly, when it comes to playoffs, rookies being second, fireballs being third is kind of no different from fireballs being second, rookies being third.
It matters to me, god damn it.
If you rig it, I swear to God, look, August, I promise, if I were capable of rigging it, I would have. So you're fine. Oh boy. All that said, we still have one more game tonight, and don't get it twisted. Despite the fact that this last game was very much important for the standings, game number 4 still has some big implications. If the DK Wilds win this one, they will be going to 6-8 and dropping the Muscles to 7-8. It kind of puts them within striking distance if they win out, so they're going to be trying, but looking to stay in this top section that they've finally made their way to. Last team in this league to get their first win. They've really been coming back lately. It's the Wario Muscles. You know them, you love them. Shortstop Wario, I have in the notes that Nate gave me, he's never allowed on the mound again. Right fielder Yellow Shy Guy, third baseman Waluigi, second baseman Red Yoshi, King Boo, your starting pitcher this week. First baseman, a starred Paragoomba, has some mound experience himself. I expect to see him come in as a reliever later. Left fielder Yellow Pianta, Purple Toad behind the dish, center fielder Nate himself bringing up the rear. You know, the Muscles are a team that I honestly have not watched. I mean, I've watched a lot of the Muscles, but I haven't really focused on the way they play. We have some teams that I'm like, oh, well, they're obviously home run hitters. They're obviously small ballers. It's about the chemistry. The Muscles are a team that I feel like the way they win is just gritting them out, honestly. There's no gimmick to this lineup. It wins or it doesn't, and at 7-7, they could go either way tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. But facing them, we have a team that it's pretty well established how they play. Even if you don't really know anything about drafting, for the most parts, the DK Wilds build themselves. We've got Tiny Kong leading off at third base, Dixie Kong at first, Diddy Kong at shortstop, Donkey Kong taking the mound, Baby DK over in left field, Blue Yoshi at second base, Baby Mario catching, Baby Luigi, former star rookie shortstop, now starred rookie center fielder, and rounding out the lineup is Calvin over in right.
Star Wilds, center fielder. You've got last game
No,
on
no,
the
no.
brain.
But he's a rookie.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, he's gunning for rookie of the year.
Honestly, yeah, him and Monty Mole, right? But the Wilds are definitely a team that's capable. They just haven't been showing it lately. They started off, they were pretty hot first half. Looking to get back to it. Maybe this is the moment. Only one way to find out.
Yeah, not as directly huge playoff implications as the previous game in gunning for second seed, but the Wario Muscles are fighting to stay in the playoffs. The DK Wilds are fighting to claw their way back into playoff contention.
Yeah, and as I get us started, we'll have to find out which one's gonna be doing more damage to the standings. My fingers are tented. You can't see if I'm smirking or frowning. Well, it's nice to have you here either way, Nate. I'm glad to have you in my ear in case we need some pitching changes, and we might. The Wilds have been on a bit of a skid. Calvin, owner of the Wilds, is here and has mentioned that he's been doing a bit of soul searching. So we'll find out if the bye they had last week was enough time for this team to find their identity. I mentioned it to the Monarchs. If anybody's looking, I know a good mystic. He's been a family friend for as long as I've been around.
Yeah, Donkey Kong got Yellow Shy Guy behind in the count there, then, perhaps swung at a pitch that he wasn't really feeling. Diddy Kong's been putting in work this game.
Yeah, I think this might be Diddy Kong's first time as a starting shortstop. It's not a position traditionally reserved for a guy like him, but he is a good fielder, at least in terms of stats.
Mm-hmm.
This, the Baby Luigi center fielder for the Wilds is kind of a new thing. They haven't been doing this for too many weeks previously. Baby DK left and Baby Luigi center is, I believe, the first time we've ever seen this configuration. But Baby DK, excuse me, does not struggle with it.
Wario does not struggle either to come up with that ball, even as a bomb is coming over just too little too late.
Bomb item almost always comes out too late. All it really seems to do is add a middle finger to whoever caught it.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong has good defensive stats. He's also small with no good abilities, which means all kinds of hits can just fly around him. That kind of sounds like a lot of Kongs, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, unfortunately, he also doesn't have the wherewithal to try and take second, as some hazards really get in the way of our center and left fielder.
Deep line drive from Donkey Kong here. I believe Donkey Kong is still the RBI leader in this league, although I admit, as the busy season for work has piled up, I have not been keeping stats. We're kind of going off of week 12 here, I think, still. Baby DK, not the RBI leader, but is going to get one here. Wild's the first one to put something on the board. Runners on first and second, 2 outs for Blue Yoshi.
Meanwhile, if Donkey Kong loves his ribeyes, Blue Yoshi is a bit of a vegetarian.
I fear to think about the implications of eating meat in the Mario universe. I guess they have cows.
You're gonna eat the cow from Moo Moo Meadows? That's a playable character now. She's sentient.
You know what? I am 3 ounces of rum and 2 ounces of bourbon deep. I'm willing to say I would. I'll eat the cow.
How's my friend?
Tell you what, I won't eat that cow specifically.
Thank you.
Boy, speaking of slaughter, Blue Yoshi makes a brutal double play here. 2 outs, nobody on base for Yellow Pianta. Who... Is this a Yellow Pianta? This is a Pianta home run on a contact swing?
I thought he charged.
Oh, he did he charge? Okay. Oh, yeah, he did. All right.
He definitely
We're cool.
did.
We're safe. Look, I promised I would not have a sober night as commentator, but I am drunker than I've ever been in charge of this, and that's the beauty of No Slugger Left Behind.
Yeah, how unfortunate that I'm the sober one tonight, as my pen ran out of battery, and I have the charger for it downstairs, because for some reason this battery takes micro USB.
Excellent line drive from Purple Toad there, by the way, keeps things going. It looked like Calvin was just about to get there, but does not in time. Nate, not gonna let things end for his team, gets on first as well. Look, I'm also glad I'm able to set up the league without the inebriation messing me up. I had a rough day at work. I'm ready to be just letting loose. We were actually, I told Iris, we were fixing to be starting at 8 or even 8:30. I had some cancellations at work today that limited me to only an 11-hour day when I could have had a lot more. But maybe I shouldn't be complaining because Baby DK is having a rough day himself as he fails to grab that ball in the outfield a couple times. Wario gets that one past two babies, and Baby DK just can't find it.
Suddenly we've got a whole new outlook on this ball game. The muscles have come alive thanks to their team captain Wario.
Wise take on the barrel pitch from Yellow Shy Guy. I'm really happy to see that from him. And this one up the middle gets past Diddy Kong to keep things moving on 2 outs. It's runners on first and second with a very reliable, roughly 2 for 3, Waluigi. Power, Waluigi's worst stat. He still charges once in a while. You kind of have to swing on the barrel pitch for 3, and Donkey Kong is upset with that inning, but some good pitch selection at the end of it, at the very least, gets the Wilds out of this. They're only down by 2 in the bottom of the second. We've absolutely seen more movement than that from these teams. And when Baby Mario gets on, you know you're starting off right. He's probably the toughest one to get on base on this team.
Yeah, Baby Luigi, unfortunately just gonna hit into a double play there.
Yeah.
He likes to do that more than any of us would like to admit.
I mean, look, we love Baby Luigi on this league. The No Slugger Left Behind league is designed for guys like Baby Luigi who just wouldn't get the time of day in a duplicate character league. Or in a 1v1 for sure. You pick Baby Luigi in a 1v1, you might be throwing for content. But we're happy to have him here. He's done well in the defensive positions, but producing on offense is tough.
Yeah, Radioshi got jammed on the inside of his bat there.
Yeah, now I know you and I will have some good discussions this summer about the training that we're going to give each of these players going into Season 2. The Yoshis maybe need a little bit of something. I mean, they're the kind of players that you pick for their defense, not their offense, but you really don't pick them for their offense.
It really is just so sad after seeing what they are in Superstars PvP. Yoshi's nicknamed Ricky Henderson.
Speaking of defensive players, Diddy Kong at short finally makes a good double play there to get things going. Brings the Wilds back to the top of their order in the bottom of the third here. Tiny Kong looking like she's going for a home run, but that's going to pull pretty far foul.
I believe she has a few on the season.
She may. I'm not looking at it right now. Top of my head, I can't remember any Tiny Kong homers. I can remember at least one Dixie Kong homer. Happened in Week 1 at this stadium, and it's kind of been all downhill from there as she grounds that one out to second. Some Japanese in chat. It's probably fine. I'm not capable of moderating a language I don't understand.
Most people are not.
Still, the Wilds don't manage to produce anything that inning. Donkey Kong's already tired in the top of the fourth here. I think he does have at least one complete game on the season, but at this pace, this isn't likely to be the second. That ball gets down just in front of Baby DK. Yellow Pianta hesitates a little bit to run, but honestly, he's so slow, I don't know that it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's a rough position when you don't know if that's going to be caught or not.
It's a rough position to have a Pianta on the base paths in general.
And I feel like we see that play from so often, and the POW block actually prevents Toad from tagging up back at first. Blue Yoshi with the classic, just like we drew it up, does this drill in practice every single day. Jump, turn around, tongue catch, POW block, recover, throw to first.
I do love to see the jump miss followed by the super dive recovery. Donkey Kong does kind of oops, sorry, go ahead.
Kind of unfortunate anytime you see it, DK give up on the charge, but the great thing is he's one of the best contact hitters too. He's just great.
Yeah, I mentioned K. Rool, the home run leader. I believe DK the RBI leader, and if not still at this point, remains in top 5 for sure. Unfortunately, not a lot of RBI is going to be happening for the Muscles, or excuse me, for the Wilds this half inning, as the Muscles shut things down pretty quickly, clearing the base paths. Blue Yoshi says it's not over till it's over.
Blue Mario says it's over.
Yeah, Baby Mario does in fact say it's just over.
Baby Mario, yeah.
Blue Mario's a different character. He's the ref in Mario Tennis 64. Baby Mario getting Eepy. DK also getting Eepy, apparently.
You know, it is the nightcap.
Freak the fuck out and panic sell everything now it's fucking over, Warren Buffett. Honestly, I wish more hedge fund managers just sold everything and got out of the game.
I wish I had sold my entire team at the trade deadline.
I'm an honest man working an honest job. I don't need hedge fund managers. Diddy on the mound, DK on short. That's all from me. Calvin making the exact play the AI would in this position. Swapping a captain in and leaving it at that. Let's see how it... Oh, actually... Oh, no. Hold on a minute, boy. Calvin's gonna actually me. No. Hold on. The beauty of this league is you can, in fact, make the substitutions. I'll let you. Put me on catch... That's what we're pausing this for? Alright, listen, you have the ability to make these changes, but I have the ability to make fun of you for it.
Calvin, owner of the DK Wilds, is in chat right now, so I'm kind of curious to hear his justification for this one.
Well, I am not letting him call a timeout to change it. He's gonna have to wait till the CPU decides. He's crashing out. When is Calvin, owner of the DK Wilds, not crashing out? I have distinct memories a few weeks ago of Calvin abandoning his team in their time of need. Diddy Kong does not care whether or not his owner's there. He's gonna banana ball. Waluigi can't find it. Batters rarely can, but he can find that pitch. Gets on with a single. And I'm sorry, folks, I haven't updated you in a little while. It is still 3-1, Muscles ahead by 2, top of the 5th. 2 outs, Waluigi on first, Red Yoshi batting. Going to whiff on that banana ball. That's generally what you hope. When batters make contact on that thing, it's usually a weak fly out. Instead...
Yoshi lines one ever so softly up the middle. Just sneaks by second base and short. Who knows what would have happened to that ball if the bases were physical objects that it could bounce off of.
Those tricklers up the middle can be a great way to get around infields with super dives. Unfortunately, King Boo's line out directly to DK at short, not really going to do much. It's been scoreless for a while now as the Wilds get into the back of their order. 8-spot Baby Luigi, 9-spot Calvin, and Tiny Kong, their lead batter, coming up this inning in the bottom of the 5th. King Boo remains tired. I was going to say remains in, but he in fact does not. I'm going to let Nate figure this out. I'm going to be right back. Alright, sorry about that, folks. The injustice of Meatball's food bowl being empty is corrected. I know you shouldn't overfeed a cat, but hell, I can't stop myself. How can I stop him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Waluigi on the mound, King Boo on third. Calvin continuing to beat himself up. Meatball does like a treat. Meatball has his annual vet checkup coming up on Friday, so we'll hope that the vet doesn't chastise me for overfeeding him. Put Waluigi on that. All right. Dewey, good to see you. By the way, I saw you snuck in here. You are kind of late. You're just in time to catch the back half of the last game. Don't worry though, the Knights won. Man, all the YouTube chatters coming in just a little late. I wish I had more baseball for you folks. We even started late. I don't know what to tell you. There we go. The rest of chat will get you caught up while I call this. Although there's really not much to call, as the last 3 innings have all gone scoreless for both teams. A starred Paragoomba gonna try and get things going for the Muscles here. They are in the lead, but a little insurance is never a bad thing.
Yeah, especially when you're still in a save situation.
Paragoomba puts a little too much on that line drive. Baby Mario has no trouble getting it in right.
Like, it's very easy to imagine a situation in which the Wilds get one runner on for DK to hit a homer, and suddenly this game's all tied up.
Yeah, you don't wanna mess around with the RBI leader. The Toad's excellent contact hitters. Purple gonna show us why. Despite his slow speed, Yellow Pianta gets to the corner there. Runners on first and third, 1 out. They're trying to steal home. I don't know why. So they try to steal second and home simultaneously. Now they're going to try and steal third and home simultaneously.
It was a suicide squeeze without the squeeze.
Never punished, I suppose. And the POW item going to get in the way of everybody. Does ruin the first baseman Dixie Kong's chances of throwing that ball back in time, but also Nate can't get there. Muscles pulling out all the stops. Wario going to use a star swing. The CPU just doesn't know how to handle this, and so it's a 2 RBI single. I have a lot of qualms about Wario as a captain, but as a technique captain, he does use his star swings in really opportune moments. I must give it to him. And now in the top of the 6th, the Muscles are a full Grand Slam ahead. Could extend that even further as a good double from Yellow Shy Guy.
Waluigi using a star swing as well. This is some of the most star swings we've seen in the game, which I feel like is probably one of the things that has historically worked out in the Muscles' favor. Between Wario and Waluigi, they seem to actually utilize their stars more than any other team.
They do have 2 technique captains, and I don't know, some more knowledgeable chatters may be able to tell me whether or not there's kind of a difference even within technique captains, whether certain technique players like Wario and Waluigi use their star swings even more than their class normally does. Kind of feels like they might. Calvin, owner of the DK Wilds, has given up and decided that Baby Luigi might pitch. This isn't the biggest run differential today, but boy, the way Calvin's playing it might be. I don't know what to say, folks. Everybody's excited to see Baby Luigi pitch. That's good. The only move is the funniest move. Well, do you still want the outfield to look like that? You have the opportunity to make other subs. I feel like it's only fair to remind you of that as I would for any other player, any other coach. All right, swapping Diddy and Baby DK. Okay, that hits. Might be tanking. Okay, I mean, maybe it is tanking. You know, perhaps Calvin has been planning to run a tank bowl team this whole time.
Is a little bit confusing when we haven't even agreed on whether teams that did worse will have higher picks in the draft.
They might, probably.
Especially when this is a team with playoff hopes alive, although quickly dwindling.
I don't think they're alive anymore.
7 outs.
I don't think they're alive anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wilds have to win tonight to make it to playoffs, right? They absolutely have to win tonight. And down by a whopping 8 runs in the bottom of the 6th, I just don't expect it. Down by a whopping 9 runs in the bottom of the 6th, excuse me.
If they just hit 2 grand slams, they'll only trail by 1 run.
Oh, excuse me, top of the 6th. Top of the 6th. Yellow Pianta looking to make that even harder of a mountain to climb with another single. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. A very reliable batter in Purple Toad could make this 11-1. And he's going to. Muscles lead by double digits. Baby Luigi already tuckering out. This is not the position he's supposed to be in.
If the DK Wilds just score 2 runs per out, then they could still be in this game.
Sure. Mathematically, it's possible. Realistically, an 8 spot from the Muscles, that's a lot for half of an inning, even for this league. We've seen the Muscles take some tough losses this season, but they don't look like a team that's ever done it now. Dixie Kong fouls off that star pitch from Waluigi. Good way to waste him. Unfortunately, he did not knock fair, so she's got to take a swing on the second pitch. A quick line out to center. The Wilds have 5 outs to score 10 runs. I don't know.
Seems a little unlikely, I'll admit.
Seems a little unlikely. Donkey Kong wouldn't mind juicing his home run stat with one more this season, and that's it, for sure, no doubt. That's the kind of ball DK is always capable of hitting. He just hasn't where it counts today. This is still something for the run differential, though. Gotta give him that.
Yeah, he's really just trying at this point in the season. He knows he can't save the season. He's just trying to juice up his stats, get himself a better draft position next season, potentially. As we all know, the higher you get drafted, the better your signing bonus. Was drafted 3rd overall this season. I suspect that will change.
Not a lot of space for him to move up, but he might. Still, the team behind him doesn't seem to be producing here.
Yeah.
Wilds.
I mean, I just can't. Oh. I just can't help but feel like DK will be drafted above Birdo next time.
It's very likely. I mean, you know, Cowboy Zach had a 2nd position in the draft by our random picker wheel. And Cowboy Zach is just far more familiar with Superstars baseball. I'm sure Birdo's great there, having not played it myself.
She's not better than Donkey Kong there either, but she is a fan favorite. I love Birdo so much. She's one of my favorite characters in Mario.
Look, sometimes you just want to draft players based on how much you like them as characters. In the SSSL, the Daisy Flowers were a strongly vibes-based team, and I loved them for that. I hope to be a Flowers owner someday myself.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I have my first fantasy baseball draft tomorrow.
Ooh.
And, you know, I'll be trying not to just draft my players on That Boy Nice Plus.
Muscles are finally held scoreless. Well, not finally. It's been plenty of times they've been held scoreless this game, I suppose, but they are held scoreless. And so, the Wilds have
2 more outs to make magic happen, and who do you want up at the plate here but starred baby Luigi? Probably someone else, admittedly, but the fans love him.
He's had his moments. This is not one of them. But he's had them.
He's had them.
I promise. You just might have to go to our YouTube channel and look at the past games to find them. I may make a highlight reel over the summer, but editing a video is a lot of work. I've never done it before.
That's true.
Gotta do the YouTube stuff. Edit the videos, make the shorts. All this. Hopefully Dixie Kong can have her 2nd season home run here and give me something to put in a YouTube short.
Would be interesting, certainly. Anything to advance the runners.
Instead, it's a rather uneventful super dive at second base that closes this one up. Calvin, owner of the DK Wilds, is rather defeated in chat. I still love you.
Absolutely. I love all of our owners in this league, winning or losing.
It's nice to have y'all here.
We've gone through another night of Mario Baseball. Some interesting changes to our standings.
Yeah, we've only got 2 weeks left, and yet it does not feel like things are decided.
Yeah, absolutely. We're at the point now where we can't say any team can make it in, but most of them still have playoff hopes alive. And many of them are still going to be playing directly against other competitors for those same coveted spots.
Indeed, although
You
it
want to
does not look like, as I take a look at the listings here, that next week in week 17, I don't think we have any really tight games coming up. Week 1, or game 1, excuse me, the Calvin Wilds will be going to the Iris Fireballs. Two teams on a bit of a losing streak. One of them's going to break it next week. Game 2, the Rookies at Knights. That's the one I'm looking forward to. The Knights have only one loss this season, and it's against the Rookies. I plan on correcting the record, don't you worry. Game 3, Rhiannon Flowers at Cowboys at Bows. Both teams outside of the playoffs right now. Both teams that could maybe still make it in with a win. And last but not least, the East Zach Monsters at the West Zach Monarchs. The Monarchs don't have any hope of reaching playoffs at this point. They can't get more than 6 wins, and we have teams with 7, all in the 2, 3, and 4 spots. That said, don't ever discount a good spoiler.
Yeah, absolutely. I admittedly looking at it, week 18, the final week's games are looking like they're gonna be a bit more exciting. But week 17, every single one of those games just about matters in some way or another for at least one of the teams playing. So you'll have to tune in next week.
Yeah, show up.
We stream every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to be notified when we go live, follow the channel. We have a Discord in the description if you want to join, hang out in VC during the games, chat with our owners. And with everything else out of the way, we'll see you next time.
Thanks for being here, folks.